What's up, everybody? Welcome in to TNT Postgame. We're going to get ready to get started in just a moment as the Tennessee Titans get a 17-10 victory over the Houston Texans, even though it really wasn't even that close. Uh, the Titans really dominated the game of the Houston Texans. We're going to talk about it. We're going to give you the good, the bad, and the god awful from this game. So again, make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. Share it out. Let everybody know where they can come and they can be able to join in on the fun. We're going to talk about a historic performance by, of course, the King himself. And as we all bow to the, long live the king, long may he reign. Put some respect on that man's name. The king definitely did what he was supposed to do and was just fantastic. In this game, we're definitely going to talk about it. We're going to also talk about this tremendous performance by the defense as well. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So again, make sure y'all share this show out, and we're going to get started in just under 30 seconds. Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody? What's going on, Titan Nation? What's going on, football fans? Welcome in to TNT Postgame. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we're gonna have a great episode for you on this evening. Make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. I know we got quite a few people coming in, and I want to thank everybody that tuned in either on the Titans and Truth channel, which you can follow, as you can see on the ticker at the bottom, or on the Tennessee Titans Man Hour page from the Man Hour network that I work with as well. Definitely appreciated everybody who stopped by, even if it was for a minute, to show me some love. Because again, like I've always said, I am welcome to all football fans. You don't have to be just a Tennessee Titans fan, even though I am very Titans centric. But I do like to talk about other teams as well. I'll be doing that tomorrow on the Truth League report. So we're definitely going to get into this. I appreciate everybody staying up a little late with me. I will definitely try my best not to hold you long. I know a lot of people probably got to get to work tomorrow. 615 said, "What up, Truth? King reigns supreme." I agree. Time 5 says, "Regaining the crown." Good day of football all around. I think from the rest of the league, there were some good games. Steve Crosby says the king rules all. Rossi says the king is still the king, and you are correct. And I like this stat. 25 yards away from being the rushing leader. That is crazy to think. This guy was like fourth in rushing entering today, and now, he's one of the leaders. He's one of the one of the tops. And so, he's at 500, it says 536. I don't think they've updated just yet. I don't think they've updated all of the stats just yet. But I mean, Derrick Henry closing in on the rushing lead right now, and that is incredible. Yeah, he's at 755. So they updated it here on there. So yeah, he's at 755 yards, and we're not even halfway through the season. So yes, right now, as of this moment, it looks like he is the rushing leader, but you still got Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley. So I'll definitely try to get the updated stats on that. But I mean, Ethan Becker, welcome in, says Henry is a beast. That much is true. I saw AZ Mick in there. I appreciate Nathan Vanek. I know he's a little tired. He got to get some sleep. I understand that, but again, I'm not gonna hold everybody long. So we're just gonna definitely have some fun. What up, Shane? Definitely is on the way to the Hall of Fame. Ryan, what's up with you? I'm just glad we got everybody in here. DBS 2000 next week is a test. That much is true, and we're definitely going to go and talk about that as well, because it gets real now, and that's gonna be the issue. It's about to get real. I think we should have blitzed Mills more. Definitely scared. Well, we got to him a few times for some sacks, and the defense was outstanding. So we're definitely going to get into that. Ian, what's up with you? What's going on? Let's see. Reggie B says, quiet night here, and the age gonna sleep good. Yeah, I bet it is quiet. I bet it is real quiet. Let's see. Say how you felt. TV said the quarterback did his thing today. Nah, I'm gonna kind of disagree with that. So we're definitely going to see. But say how you feel. TV. Look like he said, hey frat. So Blue Fi. If you with us. So I definitely see that. 779. Okay. Where you getting at? Is that NFL.com? Because I know ESPN, I was just looking on there. I don't think they've updated the full stats just yet. So that will be definitely something. But I mean, the Titans got it done. They get it done on All Hallows Eve, right before Halloween, 17-10. They get the job done, and they improve to 5-2 on the year. And now, the Titans are getting set to take on the Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday night at Arrowhead. But we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. Again, make sure y'all share this show out, whether it's on the TNT Enforcers page, on Facebook, on Twitter at TNT Blue Enforcer, or on Instagram at Titans_N_truth. Super chats, of course, are also appreciated as well. And of course, I have some stats put down underneath. But what a game for one Mr. Derrick Henry, who not only had 32 carries, 219 yards, and 2 touchdowns, he now becomes the all-time franchise leader in touchdowns for this team. He surpassed Eddie George with 2 today. And I saw a video where Eddie congratulated Derrick Henry on that feat. And that was just very, very cool to definitely see that. And 615, yep, the Titans get it done again. That they did. So Derrick Henry was absolutely phenomenal in this football game. He's had his 4th straight 200-yard game against the Houston Texans, which is unheard of. He has more than double of the 200-yard games than anybody else in the league. LaDainian Tomlinson, OJ, they only have 3 200-yard games in their career. Derrick has 6. More than double. And it is incredible. It is incredible what he was able to do. The offensive line did a good job run blocking in this game, and we needed every bit of those yards because the rest of the offense was absolutely putrid. But Derrick Henry was not. He was on point, and he was absolutely fantastic. And on the other side, and I mean, what else can you say about Derrick Henry? He's on a Hall of Fame pace, ladies and gentlemen. He is on a Hall of Fame pace. I think the gold jacket, could definitely be in Derrick Henry's future. And I would probably want to go to Canton to see it, because it was absolutely incredible what he did today. I mean, he gassed the Texans. Now, don't get me wrong, and I see it on NFL Network. They've updated it. So, Derrick Henry right now, 25 yards behind Saquon Barkley for the rushing lead. Now, Nick Chubb has to still play tomorrow night, so he could change that. But right now, Derrick Henry is right there in the conversation to lead the league. He has 166 carries, which is the most out of everybody, but he has 17 E's. And so, oh, excuse me, nose is running a little bit. But Derrick Henry, what he's been doing is just, it's insane what he has done. I believe this is 4 straight games of 100 yards or more. And now, of course, he's had 4 straight games against the Texans with 200 yards in his career. So Derrick Henry owns the AFC South by himself. And the thing about it is that add on to the fact that the rest of the AFC South stinks. The Jags lost in London, and the Colts lost by 1 to the Commanders today. So the Titans have pretty much a 3.5 game lead on the rest of the AFC South right now. And I don't think anybody's going to catch them. They're not. I mean, if you take a look at the rest of the division, the Titans are 5-2, the Colts are 3-4-1, Jags are 2-6, Texans are 1-5-1. The Tennessee Titans have 3 division wins. Everybody else only has 1. We've already swept the Colts, got 1 on the Texans, and of course, we won't play the Jags until December. So by then, we may have the division already locked up. We are already 2 games ahead. We're 2 games ahead of Indy. We are 3.5 ahead of Jacksonville, and Houston is more than 4 games. So they're not going to be a factor. But my God, Derrick Henry was incredible. Just absolutely incredible. And I just, it was fun to watch him. But, and you know what? We'll talk about the bad stuff later, and everything. But Derrick Henry was the star. And he did have a supporting role. He did have a sidekick, and that sidekick was the Tennessee Titans defense. And that defense was lights out. Lights out. Before that final drive, the Houston Texans only had 71 yards of total offense before that last drive that they scored the 17 points in that garbage time. But other than that, it was all Titans on defense. They were absolutely dominant. Big Jeff, thank God he played. Him, Bud Dupree, and DeMarcus Walker had sacks on the day. Tierra Tar had another stellar game. And then the Fulton County Jail was on lockdown. Christian Fulton got his first pick of the year. And, I mean, they did an excellent job of shutting down Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks and all the receivers that they have. So it was, sick to see what Derrick Henry and this defense was able to do. Absolutely incredible. Defense keeps playing like this, they could be the very best in the league. The very best. And I'm looking, I'm trying to look at some things right now As far as the defense is concerned, I'm trying to see what I can find out. And so, yeah, I'll give you a minute. I'm trying to get some stats. But right now, the Tennessee Titans right now, number 2 against the run. Number 2 behind Buffalo against the run. Right back where they're supposed to be. Now, against the pass, they still got some work to do. They still got some work to do, but they're climbing up to the middle. They're climbing up the ranks by a total of yards. They're basically in the middle. They're basically in the middle of the pack now defensively. So I want to say they are 18th against the pass now. We'll definitely see after the game. So I mean, the Titan defense is definitely trending up. They are definitely trending up. You know, they were like one of the worst in the league. They were one of the worst in the league in everything, but they've gotten to number 2 against the pass. They are now around 18th, around 18 to 20 against the pass. So they're definitely on the way up and everything. So, I think defense is going to be fine. Do you know when Racing be back? Kyle Phillips and Traylon Burks could be back. I believe, let's see, he got hurt. Burks got hurt in the first Colt game, and I believe was out. I know he missed the second Colt game. He missed, let me see. If I can look at the schedule. Yeah, forgive me. Let's see. If we take a look at the schedule, I'm going to try to see. Now, McMath and Bolden could come back at any time. They've already done their 4 games. The only problem is Vrabel hasn't designated them to return yet. So let's see. He got hurt in the first Colt game. So the Commanders, the Colts, the Texans. Traylon Burks will have to miss at least one more game. Traylon Burks will have to miss at least one more game. Kyle Phillips is going to have to still miss another 2 games. Because I believe he was put on IR after the Colt game, I want to say. So he still may have to miss another 3 games before he can come back. But McMath, they can come back now. And right now, Vrabel has not designated them to return. Same with Molden. And everything. So, that was like we need Molden versus the Chiefs. He and Racing would be nice. I mean, they could come back at any time now, but Vrabel hasn't designated them to return yet. Sin City Titan says, I bet all the Tanny haters are thinking twice. I mean, today's game definitely makes you appreciate Tannehill just a little bit more. Time Fox says Malik is not ready. Coaching staff working with him every single day. We'll need him later on. Yeah, I mean, again, defense was lights out, but the bad side, yeah, Malik's first game, pretty damn rough. It was rough for him. I mean, didn't look completely comfortable. I just don't think he was playing free. And a lot of that I blame Downing. And we're going to talk about that in just a bit and everything. So, yep, 6 200-yard games and 2 rushing touchdowns, 4 of them against Houston. Incredible. Got to figure out how to win a couple playoff games. And we got some playoff teams coming up. We definitely do. We definitely got some tough games coming on the way because, I mean, again, it gets real. Titans should trade for Brandon Cooks, load up before the Chiefs. They need to do something, but I have this very scary feeling that they're not. I have this feeling that J-Rob and Vrabel are complacent and they think that they're just fine the way they are. Something just tells me that. Something just tells me that they're complacent. They think that they're just fine the way they are, and I don't know if they know that there's a problem. And that's the thing about it. And we're going to definitely get more into that as we get into the good, the bad, and the god awful. And that's what we're about to do. And you know, there's quite a bit that was good. There's quite a bit that was bad. And there was definitely some things that was god awful. First, the good. As we said before, Derrick Henry, the king, bowed to the king. Long live the king, long may he reign. Derrick Henry did his thing as usual. And, I mean, why are we shocked? Why are we surprised? Derrick Henry has been kicking tail his entire career. And it is an absolutely beautiful thing to see. I mean, we're witnessing greatness right in front of us, y'all. We are witnessing pure greatness in Derrick Henry. This man has rushed for 100 yards or more 4 straight games. And against the Raiders, nearly was 15 yards away from another. So, by God, it's incredible what he's doing. Incredible what he's doing. 615, kneel before the king. Had them at 3 points most of the game. And we really should have finished them like that, but we gave them garbage time. After the Chiefs, Broncos, Bengals, Packers seem another more, and Packers seem more beatable now. I mean, right now the Packers do look a bit beatable now. They do. And I agree. I think the Broncos, we can beat them. I think the Packers, if we could just hang around, I think we could beat them too. And can beat them too. And then the Chargers, not exactly going backwards, are going backwards themselves. 615, we're on the same page. They're going to sit on their hands. And I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But something just tells me they are. Something just tells me that. Landon says Vrabel and J-Rob are in denial. They just want to blame it on lack of execution. And I mean, I know execution is important, but it's way more to it. Because again, you can scheme and put your players in the right position. And I just don't think Todd Downing and Mike Vrabel put the offense, besides Derrick Henry, in great positions to succeed. That is a problem. Now, Jay Bryan says Vrabel and J-Rob would never say the players are not good enough, just got to run the play. Well, if you really paid attention to, if you listen to Vrabel during the offseason, you know, a lot of people were wondering, is it Todd Downing? What's up with Todd Downing? And Vrabel was quick to defend Downing, basically saying it's not the coach's fault. They basically blamed the players. He really did. He blamed the players. And he's trying to do that again. And it's like, you used that card already. You can't blame the players now when J-Rob tried to get you some players. And then, of course, J-Rob with the dumb trade of A.J. Brown, which will forever piss me off, has set this team back. But enough about that. Derrick Henry, awesome. The Nashville nasty defense was absolutely phenomenal today. Phenomenal. This team held the Houston Texans to just 161 yards. And 90 of those yards was on the last drive of the game in garbage time. It was basically garbage. That was basically what it was. But other than that, Titans dominated. They dominated, even though they were only 4 of 12 on third down. They held Houston to 2 of 14 on third down. Only 161 total yards, averaged about 3 yards a play for the Texans. And a dominated time of possession 34 by nearly 10 minutes, 34-48 to 25-12. So great job by this defense. Got 3 sacks on Davis Mills and got that interception. Byard nearly had a second. But this Titan defense is on the way up. They are definitely trending up. And that all the other AFC South teams lost. That's even better than that. So the Titans are alone in first place in the AFC South. The bad, and we'll talk about the trade deadline in just a bit. The bad, Malik Willis was not good at all in this game. And I mean, Malik had a couple of nice moments, but I think he struggled at points. There were some times he held the ball entirely too long. There were some times that instead of, just throwing the ball away or, trying to move it forward and things like that, there were a couple plays that kind of pushed us back and things like that. So, I mean, Malik has to be smarter with the football and has to understand that sometimes throwing the ball away is a great play. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me plug something. Sorry about that, y'all. But it was a rough game for Malik. I mean, only 6 of 10. It was only 6 of 10, 55 yards. And he threw a very bad interception. And Cody Hollister looked pitiful on that play. He basically made it look like he was trying to flop and make it look like he got pushed. But simply put, he was terrible in the route. And I don't know what the infatuation is with Cody Hollister and Jeff Swain why they get so many snaps. But then again, at the same time, we really have nobody else. We really don't. So Malik, a very rough game, his first outing. And I know there's a lot of people on Twitter and there's a lot of people all over the place crushing Malik right now. For example, Jared Stillman, my guy, basically said Malik stinks. And there are some others that were like, well, I bet y'all are appreciative of Tannehill now. Malik ain't ready. And I agree. Malik is not ready yet. He's not ready yet. I do agree with that. But to say that he just completely stinks, the dude played just in his first game. The first game is always the toughest. And we'll get to Todd Drowning in a minute which I really put more on him because I feel like they held Malik back in this game. They didn't want Malik to force anything. And I think after he threw the interception, Todd Downing really started to coach scared. And that's what I think was really going on. And we're going to talk about that. I think Todd Downing held him back. I think Todd Downing and Mike Vrabel held Malik back today. They did not let him play loose. And I could tell Malik was playing tight. Malik was trying not to make a mistake. Malik was trying not to make a turnover, and although he did, and then after that turnover, what do? They did not throw. They only threw one pass in the second half. One. And that was only because Malik was trying to roll out. I think he was looking to run, and when he saw the rush was getting to him, he just threw the ball away. But pretty much the entire second half, one pass that he threw. They were not going to throw the ball at all. And I mean, here's the thing. When Derrick Henry is running like he is, you probably don't need to pass the ball. And I know a lot of people during the live stream was like, they don't want Willis to outshine Tannehill. I mean, right now, the way Malik looked today, he didn't outshine Logan Woodside. So, that's something that that's definitely going to be something. So, and Titan Fox says, tomorrow's the trade Tuesday is the trade deadline. And he's saying if they don't make a move tomorrow, they won't make one by Tuesday. I tend to agree with that. I agree. Clowney comes in. Clowney Super Bowl says, I think J-Rob and Vrabel realize they aren't good enough on offense this season to be a legit contender. No reason to trade or overpay for a player who likely won't be good enough to move the needle. Well, there are some players that can move the needle, but they won't throw the ball. And they're playing scared. So, again, we're going to find out. If they don't make a move, they are basically saying we are content with just winning the division and getting knocked out early again, which is not good enough. Yeah. And I heard Austin and Zach on A to Z Sports. Austin was basically, saying, well, why is everybody upset and coming negative? The Titans are going to win the division. Why are we mad? And Zach basically said, a lot of his points were correct, and it was, but he said just winning the division isn't good enough anymore. And it's not. It's not good enough anymore. They should rename the county Houston is in Harris County to Henry County. I know that's right. We don't believe in giving up even when we're bad. And we don't. Landon says if they don't think they'll be a contender this year, when will they? When will they? The Super Bowl window is closing fast. Last year it was wide open and it's going close real quick. Truth be told, the NFL ain't exactly great right now, besides Buffalo and Kansas City and Philly. It's really wide open. And I mean, the Titans could sneak up in there again. So they could definitely sneak up in there. Clowney says, you do realize the reason J-Rob traded AJ was because he forced his way out. No one wanted AJ out of Nashville besides AJ. Well, here's the thing. The Titans tried to lowball him. Let's remember that. The Titans tried to lowball him. They only offered him $16 million with incentives to get up to 20. That's lowballing. The Eagles paid him $25 million. Diggs is making 26. DJ Moore is making 20, and we're talking about possibly trading for him. They should have played hardball exactly like San Francisco did with Deebo Samuel. Where's Deebo Samuel right now? He signed a new deal and stayed in San Francisco. Even after he cut off communications with them, they play hardball and they got a deal done. So I just, again, the Titans gave up on AJ. Plain and simple. They gave up, and I am going to stay on that hill forever. And that's the truth. Everybody just needs to accept that. The Titans gave up on AJ. I don't want to hear none of this. AJ cut off from the Titans. That's BS because he know they lowballed him. That's what happened. That's the truth. They lowballed him. That's why he wanted out. They lowballed him. And instead of playing hardball and saying, you know what, let's work this out, they still had him under contract. They gave up on him. Plain and simple. People can call me delusional if you want. Hey, that's cool. It's all love. It's all love. But that's the honest truth. Right then and there. And I don't know who's going to be the punt returner. I mean, after the fumble, he did much better. But why not Chig? Nah, let's not make it worse. DBS said Vrabel didn't want Malik throwing the ball. I agree with that. Robert Woods' fumble was bad. It was bad. Now, luckily enough for him, it didn't cost the Titans any points, and the defense bailed them out. 615 says, hey, why throw the ball? And that's true. In grand retrospect, he's correct. He's correct. And Jay Bryan says there were a lot of good plays called by Downing. Really, Malik missed a wide open Chig and the throwing stopped. Yes, he missed Chig on that play. I agree. But besides giving the ball to Derrick Henry, any plays they tried to set up for Malik, again, they took the ball out of his hands. And I get it. Derrick was having a great day. Derrick was having a great day. You might as well keep it cooking while it's going. So, exactly. Who cares? You keep AJ in Nashville. And what is he doing in Philly? Only scored 3 touchdowns today. AJ has more yards than all Titan receivers combined. All Titan receivers combined, 658 yards. A.J. Brown, 659. Think about that for a second. A.J. Brown has more yards than the entire Titans receiving corps combined. And yes, Landry got his money. They haven't re-signed Big Jeff yet, but they better. They better. And I have this scary feeling we are headed down the exact same road with Big Jeff as well. Something just tells me that. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. And they get it done with Big Jeff as they should. But something in my mind, something up there is telling me the way they did AJ, I kind of have this feeling they're going to do the same thing to Big Jeff. They're going to try to lowball him too. And if I'm Big Jeff, I will want out too if they're going to do that. They better not. So, anyway, we're going to keep moving on. Randy Bullock missing that kick early was not great at all. Titan South said they better pay Big Jeff release Lewan, and I think they will. I think they will release Taylor Lewan. Landon said, I don't trust J-Rob with Big Jeff. I'm with you. Something just tells me not to trust him. I don't. And J-Rob we trust is dead. Again, and J-Rob we trust is dead. I mean, and Jay Bryant, I hear you. They better not lowball Big Jeff. But the same thing was going on with AJ. It was like, we're not trading AJ. AJ knows how we feel about him. Obviously, AJ didn't know that. So, and J-Rob, I still trust. Well, you're one of the very few. Randy Bullock missing that kick was bad. You cannot kick past 50. He cannot kick past 50. And he missed a 48-yarder when he got another shot. But he did hit the rest. So, I mean, I guess I can give Randy Bullock a pass there. The god-awful is the same as it's always been. Todd Drowning. Pathetic, sucks, bad, horrible, needs to be gone. I don't know why Vrabel doesn't see it. He held Malik Willis back single-handedly. And every time Malik came off to the side, there's Todd Downing talking to him like, you know you don't need to throw the ball, right? Don't throw the ball. I'm holding you back. I'm going to make sure you don't make another mistake. You're not going to lose us this game. That's basically what Downing is saying. I'm like, I'm going to make sure you don't throw the ball. And so, you know, I honestly think with the play calling, it was very limited. They held Malik back and not let him play free. And I just think Malik played tight. I just think he played tight. Ty Fox says, it's not dead. Don't lose faith. Everyone makes mistakes. Well, my faith is definitely shaken. Again, like the trade deadline. J-Rob is not going to do a damn thing. I will be overly shocked if he makes a trade for a good player. I can see him basically making a trade for some no-name guy. We have no idea who it is. Here's the trade that's going to come out. Tennessee Titans acquire Kendrick Bourne for a 7th-round pick. That's going to be the trade we might get. Or for some no-name offensive lineman giving up a conditional 7th-round pick. Instead of an Andre Dillard or Chase Claypool or Elijah Moore. He ain't going to go after those guys. He going to go get some low-level practice squad guy or somebody that's like, who will probably be our 3rd best receiver and try to sell to us, oh yeah, this was the big move we needed to make. I just think that's more likely what's going to happen. And that is not going to move the needle for me. AJ would have kept us winning, and we'd have had a lot more passing yards. I'd say that. Titan Overdrive says, he's John Robinson, not J-Rob anymore. He lost the privilege. Titan Overdrive said, trading A.J. Brown wasn't a mistake. It was, as Ryback, the wrestler, would say, stupid. And I agree. I wish I could talk to J-Rob and Vrabel, but what do I know? What do we know? We're only fans. What do we know? You know? They think they know more than us anyway. And I agree with that. No need of going after a wide receiver if we're not going to throw the ball to him. And that is another problem. That is another problem. And I've been saying this over and over and over again and feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Thank you for the sarcasm right there, Clowney. Ain't no way. Imagine forming in the mid. Dontrell Hilliard actually did pretty good. So I see Bowling. I mean, Dontrell Hilliard did pretty good in this game. Jay Sean, glad we won. We need to trade for a receiver bad. I agree. We can always go back to Rustin. If y'all blink, that would be an improvement. No, It wouldn't. We lived the Russell Webster days where we lost out on Peyton Manning. True. Type 5, like, hey, just hand it off. But he didn't get the experience he need. I agree. And I understand. When Derrick Henry is toting that rock the way he is, the way he's toting that rock the way he is, hey, I honestly didn't have a problem with them just giving it to Derrick Henry. It was working. I just wish earlier they had passed the ball a little bit more. Jay Bryant, we haven't won in the playoffs in the last 2 years at home. We had a golden opportunity last year, and Ryan Tannehill threw that game away. And again, this run philosophy can only go so far if you don't pass the ball. Take a look at some of the other teams, and I understand we are a running team. But you take a look at some of the rest of the teams around the league. I'm going to give you a prime example. Bills and Packers tonight. Matter of fact, let me pull up the stats from that particular game. Let me see if I can pull up the stats from that particular game, and I want to basically state my case. Now, Josh Allen only threw for 218 yards against the Packers. Guess who he was going to? Stephon Diggs, 6 for 108 and a score. Eagles, Jalen Hurts went to A.J. Brown, 6 for 156, 3 scores. Dare I go on? Even Taylor Heineke was getting the ball to Terry McLaurin, 6 for 113. In New York, the Jets, out of nowhere, Garrett Wilson might win Rookie of the Year, 6 for 115. Hopkins, 12 for 159 in a loss. In his way back. Justin Jefferson, 6 for 98. Are y'all catching the drift that I'm going on? All these other teams, they know, go to my top receiver. Even if I've got to feed him, force feed him, find my top guy, my safety blanket. The Tennessee Titans have not figured that out, and we don't have any weapons. You could have went to Austin Hooper, but you never did. You could have gotten Robert Woods more involved, but you didn't. They could, and TD was tweeting about this. Like, they need to get Malik in a groove, get him some easy completions. You can scheme guys open, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Downing does not know how to do that. He's not good at that. Tannehill choked. No doubt about that. Now, I do agree on that. That was one play Vrabel should have did, was that 2-point conversion. Chick was wide open. That's just one play, Jay Bryant. That's one play. And you're right. He was open. He should have hit him. I agree. But that's just one out of a lot of bad calls. One. But let's not forget all the other bad calls Downing has made in these last 6 games. And going from 0-2 to 5-2, I got to admit, we're winning despite it. But all I'm saying, everybody, yes, I know I shouldn't be complaining about the Titans winning. We are 5-2. We've won 5 in a row. And I am more than happy about it. Let me state that for the record. I am very happy we won. However, and we're going to start talking about this next week, I need y'all to understand that. You fans that keep saying we're winning will never understand why we're not satisfied. And you shouldn't be satisfied. You should want more. And the thing about it is, yes, offensively, we're getting by against the Texans, against the Colts, against the Commanders, against the Raiders. The gauntlet we're about to go down, this type of offense will not be good enough against those teams. Yes, Derrick Henry is going to be a big part of our success. Now, that is true. However, you can't have your quarterback just throwing for 55 yards and expect to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't have Tannehill just throwing for 137 and expect to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. You can't do it like that. And even though the Packers are not looking good, you can't go to Lambeau Field after 4 days, in 4 days after playing on Sunday. You can't play like this and beat Green Bay. You're going to have something to complement the running game. Because there's going to always be that one team that figures out how to shut down Derrick Henry, at least for one game. Not saying they will always have the number. The Ravens figured it out. The Chiefs figured it out in the AFC Championship. And if somebody figures out how to do that to Derrick Henry, what are we going to do? We have no other options. We will be screwed. That's all I'm saying, y'all, is that we got to have other options. And I am just afraid that Vrabel and J-Rob, they don't know that there's a problem with the rest of the offense. Yes, the offensive line needs help. We need more receivers. And that's exactly it. Yes, it's great that we're going to win the division for the 3rd straight year. We should win the division for the 3rd straight year. But ladies and gentlemen, that should not be good enough for you. Winning it twice in a row, okay, that's pretty good. Winning the division is a norm now. It's time to go win us a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. DBS says Bronco won't be easy either. Yep, I'm not going to take the Broncos lightly. Yeah. TNT feel like no matter the number of wins, always be critical to be better. We could be winning 10 plus points, but we're winning by 3, by 9. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Am I happy we won? Yes. Absolutely. But is it wrong to want better? We should have blew this team out. This should have been like a 24-10. This should have been like a 30-10. And we didn't do it. Is it wrong to want more? Is it wrong to want better? Defense is playing their ass off. And the offense is wasting it. And Caesar the editor, yeah. They didn't want Malik messing things up. Our talent level not on the Chiefs or Bills level, but playoffs will be close. Well, we better get on their level. If we're going to win a Super Bowl, we have to have a team that can beat those teams. You got to be able to beat those teams. And yes, We are very one-dimensional. We are killing Derrick Henry right now. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Derrick Henry is a gift from God. Again, an alien from another planet, crash landed on Earth. And it's been great. And so again, like I said on the stream, if we're gonna beat the Chiefs, if we don't do anything, which again I don't expect us to do so, it's got to be a boring, non-interesting game, which NBC is not gonna like that. They want high scoring. They want an exciting game. And I'm afraid the Titans are not going to give them that. And I see Caesar saying, the editor, who should we target? A good wide receiver and or offensive lineman. Andre Dillard from the Eagles at 615 mentioned. Either Chase Claypool, even though rumor is he's likely to stay in Pittsburgh. Very unlikely DJ Moore gets traded. Now, Elijah Moore or Denzel Mims from the Jets, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. KJ Hamler or Jerry Jeudy would be nice. I could see that. Miami and Detroit, an exciting game. And again, they don't have a running game very much that I know of. But you know what they do have? Something that I've been banging the table for the last 3 years. Speed. A lot of it. The cheetah and the penguin. And Tornado Freak says Burks and McMath. I think Burks has to miss one more game. McMath could be designated to return now, but they won't do it. And I think everybody has to understand, getting Burks and McMath, whenever they come back, that doesn't mean our wide receiving core is just going to go back. It's going to go to being elite or just super great all of a sudden. That doesn't mean a thing. And right now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the toughness of this football team. I love the blue collar attitude, but you got to have a little flash with it. And right now we have no flash whatsoever. And Caesar, you're right. I hope I'm saying that right. That we don't get embarrassed on national TV. And Downing is terrible. So I think I've been rambling off way too long on that. But again, we're definitely going to definitely talk about the trade deadline. If any moves happen with the Tennessee Titans, I will definitely mention it. Tomorrow's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And definitely Tuesday, we'll talk about that. Start thinking in your minds your two-tone blue star of the week and done to the day for Wednesday. At the end of the day, let's enjoy tonight. Enjoy that we beat the Texans. We're 5-2. And then we get ready for the Kansas City Chiefs for Sunday Night Football. And DBS says, I am nervous too. Sunday Night Football is national TV, and I hope we don't get our butts whooped. Because that did happen on Monday Night Football. So bad that they kept wanting to switch between us and the Eagles-Vikings game. Like they wanted to show that game more. And Ty Fox is right. Thank God for our defense and Derrick Henry, the king. Definitely agree on that. So, everybody, I appreciate y'all. We're going to get ready for that. But again, 17-10, the Titans get the win. 5-2, 5 in a row. We're going to enjoy this, and then we'll get ready for Kansas City. And I count it as a bonus. I say, you know what? I feel with this game like I did with the Bills game last year. Just, you know what? Get it together. Let's just go out here and let's see what happens. We might shock the world. And we will definitely see. We're right now number 2 in the AFC. If we somehow beat the Chiefs, we are alone at number 2 in the AFC. So we're definitely going to see. But everybody, I know everybody got to get to bed. I'm sorry I kept y'all up late. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you want some TNT gear, definitely hit me up on any of the pages. And also hit Miss Latoya for t-shirts, and also at Out the Crib Customs on Instagram if you want a hat. And so definitely do that. And again, thank y'all for tuning into the show. Happy Halloween, All Hallows Eve. Hope y'all keep the kids safe trick-or-treating. Definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already either. But thank y'all for tuning into the show. I'm your man, The Truth, Blue Enforcer. I'm finna go chill. Thank y'all. And the Truth League report will be tomorrow. We'll talk about some of the best games around and celebrate All Hallows Eve. Good night, y'all. Tighten up, because that's all we know how to do.